What is up, guys? How's it been holding up? Welcome back to the channel. This video has been requested so much, and I would like to apologize for taking too much time. So we're going to be doing a squad building video for the 4-2-2 formation. I've been using this formation for more than a year, so I think I might be the best person to talk about it. So we're going to talk about the kind of players you need to use, any individual structure you need to use, and all that good stuff. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, drop a like, drop a comment as well. Really appreciate that, helps a lot, push the video to more people, and I hope this video will be helpful to each and every one of you. Alright, let's do this. So we're going to start with the goalkeeper as always, and for the goalkeeper, it's one of the positions that doesn't really matter most of the times because all goalkeepers concede almost the same type of goals. But for me, I'm going with an offensive goalkeeper. Player of the week, David De Gea. This guy is just insane. His reflexes are top. His reflexes are on another level. So you need one of the most factors you need to consider about a goalkeeper is his height. You need to be tall, and he needs to have very good reflexes, and maybe just good reflexes, little and offensive. Sometimes they win you games. Like for example, this game, he was man of the match. So sometimes goalkeeper can be the savior. So player of the week, David De Gea is my goalkeeper, and then for the backup, I go with Julio Cesar. Epic Julio Cesar, very good goalkeeper as well. And then let's move to another important position, that's a centre back. And right now, the state of the game is just about speed. You really need to have really fast players. And for me, I'm going with backing power, the Kazia himself. But one of the things I did, I downgraded his defensive stats and gave him more speed, because you need really fast players. Because if you take a look at the game right now, the likes of Samuel Eto'o, they have a 101 speed, 101 acceleration. You really need to have fast centre backs to keep up with those players. So whatever you do, when you're training up your defenders, make sure you start sacrifices, maybe passing, maybe dribbling, maybe defensive stats as well. Like you need to downgrade them to at least 90 and then give them more pace. And then I'll go with his partner is Alexander Bastoni. And one thing, guys, you need to know, I don't use aggressive players. So for me, I don't have destroyers. I don't use destroyers at all. They are really offensive. They open up so much space. So I would recommend you to use build up. If you can use to build up, the better. But for me, I'm going with an extra front man and a build up defender. Then for the fullbacks, I'm going with offensive fullbacks. I don't use defensive fullback at all, because I find them ineffective, because all they can do is defend, but they don't help so much with attack. Look at this example. Alexander Arnold wins the ball, doesn't go back to defend, makes a run, he makes a good pass. The ball finds a way to eliminate again somehow. It finds a way to Chris Barn, and it's a great goal. But if you look at the build-up, it all comes back from Trent Alexander-Arnold. So for this position, I'm going to Trent Alexander-Arnold. You can use Showtime Ben White. You can use any version of Trent Alexander-Arnold or any other offensive-minded right back. And then for the left back, I'm going with Nuno Mendes. He's really fast. He's very good defensively. So a very good player to have. And one thing I would like you guys to take a consideration into is that your fullback need to be really fast. So you with at least 90 pace, because they are moving back and forth, so they need to, and 90 stamina as well, because they are moving back and forth, so they would need a lot of energy. So, and then for the backups, I'm going with Costa Curta. The only reason I'm going with Costa Curta is because he can play as a centre back and he can play as a right back, left back, so it's a very good backup to have. And then I'm going with Ben White as well. He can play as a right back and he can play as a centre back. And I'll go with Galpio, who can play as a left back and a centre back. So you need this type of players for backup. Let's move to the center of the midfield. Now for CMF and DMF, I recommend you to go with the Nankaman. You can use Rodri, but again, as I said about the game right now, it's about speed. I dropped Rodri. I don't use Rodri anymore because he's so slow. Sometimes I give him passes, but he doesn't get to the end of it. He's a good player, like has very good defensive stats, but then the speed is a problem, and you really need fast players in this era. You know, you really do. So for me, I'm going with box Christian Eriksen. But if you have an anchorman who is really fast or a destroyer, you can use them. You can, for this position, you can use a destroyer as well. I'm going with Christian Eriksen, who is box to box. He has very good speed. He has good defensive stats, passing stats, dribbling stats. But if you're going to use a box to box, make sure you give them deep line so that they don't go forward too much. Give them deep line so that they don't go forward. I think you guys already know how to use deep line. But for this formation, I highly recommend you to use an anchorman. If you have a good anchorman, go for it. Now for the center midfielder, I go with the box to box, and the reasons are very simple. You need a box to box who is really smooth, who can turn, who can pass, who can score, and who can defend. For me, I'm going with Jude Bellingham. This is from the English back in, I think, 2021 or 2022. I don't quite remember, but the point is, he has to be fast, he has to have good defensive stats, and he has to have good offensive stats. Good dribbling. He can turn easily. I have this version of Paul Scholes, but believe you me, he doesn't fit into my squad. He's a substitute. Use box to box. He's a whole player, but box to box are much better because they can defend and they can attack. That is the good thing about box to box.
That's a little off target.
So we move on to attacking midfielder. I'm going with 19 years old Lionel Messi. Bro, this card is insanely good. And for this formation, since you don't have wingers, your AMFs should be fast. You should have very fast AMFs. I'll tune this to AMF. And this Messi is very fast. For a very long time, I used to use the creative playmaker Lionel Messi. So if you have a creative playmaker, he will fit perfectly into the squad. And then for the other AMF, I'm using Nedved, who is a roaming Frank. So you can use a player who off playstyle player for this position. You can use one creative playmaker or one whole player, and then for the other position you can use an off playstyle kind of player. And Nedved, it's perfect for that position. Bro, this goes like this card is just, I think it's the best card that I have. The type of goals he scores, it's unbelievable card, bro. One of the cards that I think I can replace this card. I can. So we go with Pavel Nedved there. AMF. So we have two AMF. Let me show you the goals I've scored with him. Roman Frank, the playstyle, so it's inactive there. It's inactive, so you can use off playstyle for, bro. 600 goals for an attacking midfielder. I would say that is crazy. I would say 480. I would say that is crazy. And then we go to the most important positions, that is center forward. And I'm using the one and only one, Cristiano Ronaldo. This guy is not the fastest. Again, as I say, these games you need really fast players. But for me, I don't mind the speed. For the center forward, he doesn't have to be the fastest. At least 80 space is more than enough for center forward because he's not making too much runs. But sometimes you need crazy runs. And one thing, guys, as I said, I've been using this formation for over a year, so I kind of know how players are positioned. It's already mapped in my brain. So if you opt to use this formation, you will need time to get familiar with it. And then once you get familiar with it, there's never going back. For me, like, I'm unable to go from this formation. Been using it for a very long time. I love it. It's my favorite formation in the game. So we're going with Cristiano Ronaldo there. Not the fastest. Not like doesn't have the craziest of stats, but he does the job perfectly. And then I used to use Luis Figo for a very long time. 437 goals in 1,500 matches is crazy, bro. I used to use him as a second striker, but now I discovered a new gem in Diego Maradona, and I've never looked back. This Maradona card is just out of this world. If you have Maradona, you can use him as a second striker. You can use 2 center forwards if you want, but I would recommend you to use 1 second striker and then 1 center forward. Diego Maradona is my main man for the second striker. Since I discovered he's a monster. I used to use him as an AMF, but as a second striker, he's a monster. Then I have Chiesa here, one of my most clutch players off the bench. His speed, his finishing, just crazy. So you need really fast players for if you're going to call them in the second half. Then I have this Antoine Griezmann. I don't really use him. He's just there to give me high team strength. And then I have this version of Son. Sometimes I bring him on, but I don't even use him that much. But sometimes when I need those pay-to-win goals, I bring him on. Sometimes it helps me get back in the game. So a really nice card to have. So if you have this type of cards like this Son, you can use him as a center forward, all as a second striker. But since most of you don't, I don't think most people have him. You don't need him. I was just saying he can play multiple positions as well. So a very good card to have off the bench. And then I go with this guy Stoichkov. I don't use him that much, but whenever I need some goals off the bench, he's ready. I bring him on. And then for the lastly, to complete the squad, we use another player who can play multiple positions, and that is Guti. He can play as a center midfielder, he can play as an AMF, he can play as a second striker. So really nice card to have. So this is the squad, the full squad. Not the greatest squad in the world, but trust me, you don't want to come against these guys. For individual instructions, I only go with one. Deploying on Christian Eriksen, and that's it. You don't need any other individual instruction. And we'll do some gameplay, some division games, and I'll show you how effective this formation is. So the first game I'm playing with QuickCounter. I'm playing with QuickCounter. Then the second game I'll play with LongBallCounter, and then you guys can decide which is it. Do you like the formation? What do you think? If you decide to try, let me know your experience. Yeah, this guy scores fast. I made a mistake there, but no worries. We have the best formation in the world, so we should be able to come back. That, as I said though, like this formation, I kind of know our players. I've been using it for more than a year, so sometimes it just pass because I know a certain player is already making a run. Like there, I knew Maradona was making a run, so I just passed the ball blindly because I already know how my players behave. That is what I'm saying. Look at this scenario here. I just know Nuno Mendes is already making a run, so just turn and pass the ball to him. I know there's someone in the box, just cross the ball, doesn't get there, but that is the point I'm trying to say. Doesn't matter how good a formation is, if you don't know how to use it, it won't help you. So it will take time. I'll not guarantee you wins. But with time, the wins will come. So enjoy the gameplay. I think I've talked too much today, and yeah, I'll talk later.
Alexander-Arnold. That has been knocked clear.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Bellingham! Lingered over it, and the chance to counter had gone. Look, if they're going to counter, it has to be pacier and much more decisive. Watch
It's a
this.
tough game. This guy is really good, and I think he has a very good squad. Look at this: 106 Rodri, 105 Vinicius Junior. It's a tough game. But as I said, guys, I've been using this formation for more than a year, so I already know how my players behave. I already know how my players are positioned. So I just know if I pass here, a certain player will get to this ball. If I pass here, Trent Alexander-Arnold is already on his way. So it's mapped in my brain, so it will take time. Look at that goal. The opponent didn't even touch the ball. He didn't even touch the ball. Like straight from the kick-off, it just recycled the ball over and over again. So I'm not guaranteeing you wins, because obviously we have different playstyles. That is one thing for sure. I'm someone who does skills a lot, like to beat my opponent, and I use through balls a lot as well. Like when I have space, I use through balls like that. You see. So with time, it will take time. Just be patient with the formation, and it will pay off. It will pay off. You start getting those wins. Yeah, I use through balls a lot. I say that.
Alexander-Arnold. He's going for goal! And collective relief etched on the faces of the defenders. Well, I think the opposition was pretty sloppy in creating a problem for themselves then, but he was onto it so quickly and very nearly made them pay. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Maradona. Alexander-Arnold. Messi in acres of space out wide. In with a header! And more and more and more! Overflows with colour and passion. If you're just joining us, we are already on the way. Loose pass, and they could be in. He's found a way through, and Messi! What a wonderful goal! Over the place on its journey. Nedved! He scored! A game of thrills, all square in the blinking of an eye. Well, going behind has simply triggered a collective determination to hit back, and they merit nothing less. Alexander-Arnold, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Chris, can he finish? Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong. It's snuffed out the danger. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. Bellingham, plenty to aim at here. Bellingham! Complete. It is time for them to believe. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. And as you can see, we've already started here. Who do you think this turns on, Jim? Well, Peter, I'm really impressed with this guy, Jude Bellingham. For one so young, he... And a header! Casemiro. Oh, easy pickings there. Nedved. Niceties are not part of this approach. Cristiano Ronaldo! Goal, the Netherlands! And it's the Netherlands who take the lead. And nicely intercepted. Bellingham. And here's Maradona, out towards the flank. It's come through and he's had a quick look in. Heads it! He scores! Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Nuno Mendes. Now it's Nedved. Nedved! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. The referee looks at his watch and blows his whistle. The Netherlands have done it. The perfect outcome in this most pressured of games. Well, what are your thoughts on today's